as a rumor until we came face to face with the Secretary of the National Caretaker Committee of the APC, distinguished Senator John Akpenu-Dohen, on the 12th day of January 2021. It was the Secretary that told us that APC has dethroned our chairman, Honorable Basil Omalaja Bolarinwa, on the 11th of January 2021 by giving a letter of appointment to his deputy, Honorable Samari Abdullahi. It should be recalled that Honorable Basil Bolarinwa became the chairman of APC October 28, 2018, and he led the party to 100% victory in the 2019 general elections. He, along with other state chairmen of APC in Nigeria, was sworn in as the Kwara State Chairman of the Caretaker Committee on the 11th December 2020. Why was the chairman purportedly removed? The Secretary of the National Caretaker Committee told us that the chairman is said to have been removed on the complaint of the Governor of Kwara State, His Excellency Abdulrazak, as he claimed that he could not work with the former. The complaint was sustained and made a subject of removal as a result of a connivance between the Governor of Kwara State and his Niger State counterpart and friend, His Excellency Sani Bello. The content of the complaint was not made available neither to the critical stakeholders of the party in Kwara State nor to the chairman, Honorable Bolarinwa. The decision of the Caretaker Committee was said to be based on the recommendation of the North Central Zone of the party under the chairmanship of H. Sani Bello. Governor Sani Bello was said to have recommended that the authentic chairman of the party should be removed and be made a commissioner in the cabinet of Kwara State. He also recommended that Abdullahi Samari, the crony of the governor of Kwara State and the leader of Abraman Splinter AA group within Kwara APC, be made the caretaker chairman. With this recommendation, the smallest of the four tendencies that formed the new APC after the exit of Dr. Bukola Saraki is now giving a political edge that can never work. The whole thing appears to be a ploy by the national leadership of the APC to save their unpopular friend from political droning at the coming Congress, publicity of the National Caretaker Committee. We find it difficult to believe that the leadership of a national political party like the APC will flagrantly abuse its constitution by the purported removal of a state chairman. It is not written anywhere in the constitution of APC that a zone of the party, like the North Central Zone, can recommend to the National Secretariat for the removal of any officer of the party in any ward, local government, and the state. Does the North Central Zone know what goes on in Kwara State? As the North Central Zone conducted diligent inquiry on events in the APC of Kwara State to have been in position to make any form of recommendation about the party in the state. If the governor decided in solidarity with one another to abuse the constitution, it is our belief that the body that has the duty to uphold the sanctity of our constitution should be the national executive of the party. And really, this is an executive whose leadership had been visited by the Kwara State stakeholders of the party in October 2020. The chairman of the National Caretaker Committee, on the occasion of that visit, undertook to convene the meeting of both sides to the crisis with a view for an amicable reconciliation. Until the time of the illegal and unacceptable removal of a state chairman of the party, the National Caretaker chairman never convened any reconciliatory meeting. Yet, reconciliation is the cardinal assignment given to the National Caretaker Committee on its inauguration. But the same chairman has now jumped into the arena to remove the state chairman to protect the hollow interests of his colleagues, of his colleague called Governor of Kwara State, which direction is the party going in Nigeria and specifically in Kwara State. A logical recommendation. The only reason adduced by H.E. Sani Bello committee for the purported removal of a state chairman of the party is the inability of the governor to work with the chairman, who in fact cleared the way for him when it was even obvious that he did not win the primary election to qualify him as the gubernatorial candidate of the party in 2018. A person that the governor cannot work with is now recommended by Governor Bello to be made a commissioner by the governor of Kwara State in a government where commissioners are mere errand boys. Where therefore is the logic of this recommendation? Yet the leadership of the party acted on this illogical recommendation without the required consultations. Democracy, where are you? Our resolve. We have resolved to reject the verdict of the National Caretaker Committee on the purported removal of Honorable Basil Omalaja Bolarinwa. It is worth nothing more than the value of the paper on which the letter given to Honorable Samari Abdullahi is written. It certainly shall not work in Kwara State, no matter who is behind it. Though we told the secretary that the decision could sink the party in the state, he said they really do not care. And he repeated during the conversation more than 5 times that he was acting on the instruction of the chairman, H.E. Buni. We shall prove to those that aborted the People's Revolution, foisting on our party the present situation since 2018, that Kwara is not an appendage of any outside power conspiracy. They continue to compromise our noble cause with these unacceptable decisions, and we shall henceforth prove to those that are not popular at home, but rather rely on political manipulation from outside, that the game is up. Appeal. Firstly, we appeal to Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, to save the party from the imminent destruction that this decision can engender in Kwara State. We also appeal to the leaders of integrity and goodwill in the party to save this party from this deliberate journey to political perdition. We appeal to our teaming supporters for calm, and that they should remain steadfast, resolute, and continue to support this historical cause once again. We should know that it is not over until it is finally over. The relationship between members of the party and the governor, there will not be a presentation of this nature. And because we have some crisis within the party, we have visited the leadership of the party and put before the leadership what caused the crisis, and we were in fact believing that they will call the two sides for amicable settlement. So it is because the governor, after he was elected, he decided to run a solo administration without consultation with the critical stakeholders of the party. It's not a question of contract. It's not a question of being given money sharing, it's or whatever. A question of democratizing the government. By those, we fought together, and in fact, he even fought least, because we know how he was given the ticket. That is not for this place now. We might come to that later on, but not now. So we know how he got the ticket, and such person that got the ticket through that means is expected to be humble the governor is not humble with power. And we believe that he is likely to ruin and destroy the chances of our party. In actual fact, the governor has been able to run a party without consultation. He is also in league with the state assembly, which means he has pocketed the state assembly and his government. And the last option for all of us that still remain in the party is the party, which he now want to pocket. And then the totalitarian regime will have been established if that one is allowed. As the leader of the party, well, you see, when you say governor is the leader of the party, number one is a misnomer. There is a party, there is the government. Is the leader of government. It's a misnomer to as well be the leader of the party, and it is not written in any place in our constitution that the governor is the leader of the party. Yes. But be that as it may, even if you are pronounced to be the leader, even by convention, what we believe is that being a leader doesn't mean that you should not consult. Being a leader doesn't mean that you should pocket everybody. Being a leader doesn't mean that you should behave like a dictator in a democracy. And being a leader does not mean that you can solely remove the party chairman. If you do so, what becomes of others? It means he can do anything with the party, with the government, and nobody should complain. That is why we say that will never work in Kwara State. We fought the war of Otoge. In fact, he played the least role. We fought it, and we have made it known to him that if we were able to fall down an Iroko tree, it will not take us time to remove the shrub. Did we see him before embarking on this? Yes, severally. In fact, I as a person and many others here had some private meetings with him and told him what can bring peace and development to Kwara State through our party. The elders also constituted a committee to go and advise him. And regrettably, he's a man who will want to do things in his own way. And when you have a governor like this, what you should expect is that he should have somebody to whom we can also report, maybe a brother, a sister, a father, a friend. He has none. And therefore, when we ran to the wall, we came up to this place to see the national leadership on the crisis in Kwara. We have explored all possibilities for peace in Kwara State. Then, apart from appealing to Mr. President, do we contemplate any other option? When we get to the bridge, we know how to cross it. But I will want to tell you that the decision to remove our chairman shall never work. Then, Buni and Lai, they are with us. They are fully with us. They are not with the governor. And we are telling the whole world authoritatively